Hey, hope you're having a good day. Coach Elan here. Coming at you in a little bit of a different capacity today. We're actually going to do a live workout. And what I'm going to do is just walk you through pretty much a beginner level workout. If you've been training for a very long time, for a couple of years consistently, this will serve as like really good kind of day off flexibility work. If you've never trained before, this will serve as like maybe a slightly difficult workout. If you've been training for a while, it'll be, fairly manageable. All we're going to do is some very basic body weight stuff. You don't need any equipment. And as I said, we're only going to do it for 15 minutes. So I'm going to put the timer on. And as I said, it's going to be very basic stuff. So it's going to be fairly easy to get through. If you want to make it more difficult, all you have to do is the same things we're doing now, but just do it for a longer period of time. So without delay, first thing we're going to do, I'll actually need to adjust the camera a little bit because I'm 6'3" and makes it a little bit awkward when you're as tall and as long as me. It makes it kind of awkward when you're on camera. You need to move it around a bit. So first thing we're going to do is we're just going to warm up our hamstrings. So all you need to do is get your hands, reach up as high as you can to the ceiling, and you're going to run your hands down your legs, try go down and touch your toes. And we're just going to do like 10 reps of each exercise. So when you're doing this hamstring stretch, you're going to think about taking a big deep breath in here and then breathing out. And we're going to do that 10 times. So once we've got hamstrings done, hamstrings being the muscle at the back of your leg just here, we're going to move on to some calves. And I'm just going to adjust this a little bit just so you can see exactly what I'm doing. All right, perfect. So we're going to do a calf stretch next. So basically you're going to relax your left leg. You want to bring your right toe towards you, and you're going to do the same thing, kind of just going up and down. And just you bringing your toe more towards you gets your calf more switched on, especially for this stretch. So we're just going to go up and down. Try and touch your toe about 10 times, constantly pointing your toe back towards your face. So we'll do 10 of those, and then opposite side. So we'll relax the right leg now, and then bring the left foot towards us. So we'll do 10 of those. And while you're training, if it makes it easier, put on some music or put on whatever you like to listen to. For the purposes of today's video, I'm not going to play some music because it'll just distort the audio quality. So that's calves we've done now. What we're going to do is move to the front, and we're going to work on our tibialis muscle here. If you've ever done running before, you might have experienced shin splints. So for tibialis, all you're going to do is relax your hands on the floor, and it's going to be toes forward, toes back. And we're going to do 10 of those. So toes back towards your face, toes pointed away. So if you ever suffer with shin splints, if you do a lot of these, especially before running 20, 30, 40, 50 reps, you won't really experience shin splints as bad, and you'll get to the point where your shin splints will actually go away. So that's tibialis. What we're going to do next is quads. So you're going to have to lie in your chest for this one, and what you're going to do is try and grab your ankles. So lying flat on your chest, I'm going to grab both ankles. If you can't grab both ankles, just going to grab one ankle at a time to make it a bit easier. But if you're a bit more flexible, we'll go for 2. And all you're thinking about doing is pushing your feet against your hands. So creating a little bit of tension there. Trying to lift your chest up as much as you can. Hold that for 10 seconds. All right, perfect. So that is quads warmed up, and now we're going to move on to hip flexors. So hip flexor basically is this muscle just right in here in the crease of your hip. So I want you to sit up as much as you can, stick your chest out, and all you're going to do is keep your legs straight, lift your leg up and down, and we're just going to do like 5 of those, 5 on each side. Perfect. And then we're going to move on to the hip joint itself. So we're going to do what's called a hip circle. So you're basically going to be on all fours and going to do a big circle. We'll do 5 clockwise and then 5 anti-clockwise. So just doing a really big circle. And then obviously move on to the opposite leg. So 5 clockwise, 5 anti-clockwise. And as well, if you miss some of this workout and you're watching it live, what you can do is you can literally just bring it back to the start. When the full video is published later, just bring it back to the start, and you can use this as like a simple way of keeping yourself accountable and doing the workout properly. So that was for the hip joint. Next, what we're going to do is called a cat and camel, and it's going to be for your lower back. So you're going to have your hands underneath your shoulders, and I want you to pull your chin in like that. So chin down, and then head up. So head down, head up, head down, head up. And this is for your lumbar, so your lower back, also your thoracic spine, so your mid part of your back. So we'll do 10 cat and camels. I'm just going to adjust this camera just a tiny bit. There's my lovely bean bag over in the corner. It's very cozy and comfortable. Alright, so that's the cat and camels. Now we're going to do some Supermans. So this is alternating from side to side. So you're going to reach your right hand out and your left foot back, and just touch them off each other. So we'll do 10 of those on each side as well. And then I'm going to swap to the opposite side as well. So think about touching your elbow off your knee. So reach out and then bring them together like that. So 10 of those. Reaching out as far as you can. So that's Superman. That's for your lower back. It's for your shoulders. Where else? It's also for your glutes as well. So you can see we're moving all the way from our toes all the way up to our head. Where's next? So we'll do a little bit of a lat stretch as well. So very simply on this one, you're going to bring your legs out a little bit wider, and what you're going to do is big deep breath in through your nose, breathe out, try to go down, grab your toes. If you can't grab your toes, don't worry about it, just grab your legs somewhere, and you're going to come back up, breathe out, down as far as you can, hold it for a couple of seconds, come back up. So we're doing what's called a dynamic warm-up, where we're not just holding the stretches in one position, we're actually moving or creating some tension in every single muscle group that we're using. So 10 of those. And I can feel a little bit of a sweat starting to work up already. So when you're doing your warm-ups, you need to keep moving, don't take any breaks. So, and as well, the thing is, it's not necessarily about just doing 5 or 10 reps in each one. Do the warm-ups until you feel that particular muscle group starting to loosen out or warm up or feel a little better for you. So today my lats, my upper back, my neck is feeling a bit tight. So I'm going to do more of these. That's it, reaching down as far as possible. Alright, so that feels pretty good. And then all we need to do now is loosen out our neck as well. So very simply, just gonna drop your chin down and let your head go back. Chin down, head back. Do about 10 of these. And then we'll go side to side as well. So you want to relax your shoulders and then just bring your ear to one side. Doing it like that kind of defeats the purpose. So relax the shoulders as much as you can. Let your ear drop to one side. It's funny, with this fireplace in my room, it's never been used for the years that I've been living here, and that grass is just fake. It's never gone on fire, thank God. But I've also never lit one here. I don't think it would work. Alright, so that's for neck, and then what we'll do is some circles as well. So just dropping your chin down and do like 5 clockwise, 5 anti-clockwise. going the opposite way. And the whole time when you're doing this, you're trying to breathe in through your nose, out through your mouth, because breathing in through your nose activates your parasympathetic nervous system, basically helps you to relax a little bit more. So it's very helpful for when you're stretching, can help you get into a bit more range of motion. Whereas if you're constantly just breathing through your mouth, you're all tight, you're all stressed, you're not going to be as loose as you would be if you're breathing through your nose and you're focused on trying to be a bit more relaxed. So that's pretty much all the warm-ups. So now what we're going to do is, it's 9 minutes gone so far. So what we'll do is we'll do a couple of very basic strength exercises, very simple stuff as I said. So we're not going to take any breaks, we're going to go straight into it. And the first one we're going to do is just called a standard plank hold. So we're not going to go on our elbows, you're going to have your hands underneath your shoulders like so, and you're just going to hold that position. So see the way my back is fairly flat, I'm trying to keep my abs engaged, so I'm keeping my abs tucked in, and we're just going to hold that for about 20 to 30 seconds, focusing on your breathing, focusing on engaging your abs. So notice I'm not like this, I'm keeping my abs engaged in that position there, focusing on squeezing them the whole time. So I'm going to hold that. Perfect. And then what we'll do is we'll move on to a glute bridge. So literally going to lie on the floor, and you're going to have your hands on the floor as well, and you're just going to push your hips up to the ceiling. So we could do 10 of these. If you find this one too easy, you can do a single leg glute bridge where you just put your weight on one foot, lift one leg up and push through one leg. So aim to do at least 10 of those on each side, pushing through your heel, get your hips up as high as possible. So single leg glute bridge. And then we're going to move on and we're going to do some more Supermans this time. So, but this one is a little bit different. You're going to be lying flat on the floor. I'm just going to tilt this camera down a little bit just so you get an idea of what I mean. So with this one, you want to lie flat on the floor. And this is for shoulders specifically. So you're going to have your hands raised up as high as possible. And literally imagine you're Superman. You're going to go from here, out in front, bring your hands together at the top. And going for however many you need to really until your shoulders start burning. But for today, we'll just go for like 10 or 15. So notice how I'm keeping my elbows up really, really high, reaching out forward. All right, so that's the Superman. And then we'll move on to a little bit of ab work as well next. It'd be handy if I had a cameraman or something. So we'll do a little bit of ab work as well. So very simply, we're going to do what's called a reverse crunch. We're going to lie down flat. If you want to make it harder, you can put your hands behind your head. If you want to make it easier, put your hands on the floor. So we're going to go with legs straight up like this, hands behind your head. You bring your legs from here to here. So you're thinking about lifting your hips off the floor. So that's called a reverse crunch. Lifting your legs up as high as you can. And then we'll go into what's called like a basic hollow hold position. So you're going to have your hands in front. You're going to lift your feet up off the ground. So you can see I'm balancing here, sitting on my ass, balancing here. And I'm just going to hold that position. Thinking about pulling your knees into your chest as much as you can. So you're creating this kind of V position here. So pulling the knees up as high as you can. If that one's a little bit too easy for you, you can make it a little bit harder. You can wave your hands up and down. A little bit of motion makes it a bit more difficult. Or if you're feeling really strong, you can put your hands like this and then go like this. And then bring yourself back up. That's called a hollow body extension, a little bit more advanced. But if you can't do that, don't worry, just stick with this slightly easier version. So that's for abs. Let's see, what have we done so far? So we've done glutes, we've done abs, we've done shoulders. We also need to do, let's see, for hamstring work, you kind of need a little bit more equipment. It's a little bit harder. But what you could do for hamstrings, if you have a floor that's kind of a bit slippy, you can, so you can see this, so you'll go like this, and you'll think about doing a hamstring curl like that. So literally pulling your feet towards you, kind of sliding them on the ground. And then if you want to make it a bit harder, you lift your hips up like this, hands on the floor, slide them out, and then pull them back in like that. So I'll go for about 10 of those. So that's a little bit of hamstring work as well. For quads, obviously the easiest thing we can do is just go into like a split squat. So I'll bring this up a little bit. Let's see, where are we time wise? We're at 15 minutes, so we're almost done. So a split squat is basically where you have one leg in front, one leg behind. So you're going to be in this sort of position, and you're just going to be bringing your knee down to the floor. So going like that, just so you can see my foot position here. So you'll have one leg in front, one leg behind, and then just bringing your knee down to the floor, going up and down like that. So we'll go for about 10 of those on each side. And then you're going to swap. So bringing the other leg in front, and you want to bring the back knee down to the floor like that. So going for 10 of those. Balance is kind of a tough one on this one. All right, perfect. So that is pretty much a basic 15-minute warm-up. For not having any equipment, we pretty much hit every single muscle group. We did glutes, which is your bum. We did shoulders with the Superman press. We did hamstrings with the hamstring curl on the floor. We did quads with the split squat. What else we did? Abs as well. We did the reverse crunch and the basic hollow hold. And I also showed you the more advanced version if that one was too easy. What else was there? In the warm-ups, obviously, we did every single muscle group from our toes all the way up our leg, up to our neck. And after even that 15 minutes, I'm actually sweating quite a good bit. And obviously, I'm someone who's been training for 8.5 years. So if you're just a beginner, I'd say that would be a pretty good workout for you. And as I said, if you want to make it a bit tougher, all you literally have to do is what I've done there, but just do more rounds. So you could do sets of 10 on each exercise, and maybe 3 rounds, 4 rounds, with no break, and you'll get a really solid workout done in 30, 40 minutes, whatever. But that for today was just an express 15-minute workout, just to give you an idea of kind of what intensity you need to do it at. Not really take any breaks, just keep moving the whole time. And yeah, that's pretty much it for everybody who's on the 28-day challenge. This is week 4. So if you're having any issues or anything, please reach out to me, let me know, shoot me a message here on Facebook, or shoot me an email, elan@coachelan.com. And yeah, my whole goal is to be here to support you, keep you accountable, keep you motivated, keep you on track with your goals. And the best way for me to do that is by actually communicating, because I'd love if I was able to read everybody's mind, but unfortunately I'm not telepathic, or I'm not in the Marvel Comics universe or anything like that. So yeah, if you like this type of video, these kind of live workouts, please let me know. I'll do more. Obviously today was kind of basic stuff, but I'm happy in future workouts to go into slightly more advanced stuff, or more in depth with specific exercises for specific muscle groups, or for different areas, or if there's areas you'd like to tone up and you'd like a workout specifically for those muscle groups or areas. Remember, we can target specific areas. So if you want to get a bit firmer around your stomach or your arms or your shoulders or your legs or wherever, there is a bazillion different exercises. Okay, maybe not a bazillion, there's maybe 20, 30 different exercises for every single type of muscle group that we can do to pinpoint that area. So if you have any questions about it, please let me know. I got a bit of a sweat going there, so I'm gonna go get a shower now. Hello Mum, how are you? Thanks for watching. Hope you're having a good day. But yeah, that's pretty much it for today's live video. Hope you enjoyed it. And of course, I'll be back next Wednesday with another live. So if you have any suggestions for videos, any topics you want me to cover, just send me a message and I will cover it. So hope you have a great day. Chat soon.